We
Oh my
started.
God.
We're recording.
Let's get the show on the road. New Eden. A galaxy made up of salt, broken relationships, and the $10 scam. A galaxy where you can get a happy ending, but only if you pay a little extra. A galaxy home to a podcast greater than the Catskull Academy, Trekcast, and Echoes from the Front combined. Live on Discord, it's the Echoes of New Eden podcast. We bring you the finest in little-known facts from around the galaxy since 2020. If it's almost news, we'll cover it. And welcome everybody to Echoes of New Eden podcast. I am your host Rambo, and today I am joined once again with OC Can't Stop and everybody's favorite. He's blessing us with his appearance. Taylor Rick, how's it going, guys?
I don't think I'm everybody's favorite. Far from it.
Is this based on the CSM poll recently in the chat? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Even that, I wasn't everybody's favorite.
Reviews.
Yeah.
It's based off of YouTube reviews and podcast reviews.
How many stars everybody gets at my restaurant? I don't.
Right.
Services rendered, right? I get 4 stars for services rendered.
Yeah. So Taylor, welcome back.
Yeah.
I know you had a busy week of a vacation out of town last week, so I hope everything was good with that. And yeah.
Yeah, it was 9 days on the beach. I told myself I was going to completely unplug the entire time. No Discord, no Eve, no nothing, no work, none of that. That lasted about 3 hours into the drive down to Florida from Kansas City. So,
I was gonna say, I'm like, you replied to a couple of my messages, but for the
I
most
did.
part, you were pretty unobtainable, not unobtainable, but
unobtainium. Yes, unobtainium.
yeah.
Taylor Rick is actually the new mineral being added on the anniversary update. You will be able to stack Taylor for over 2 trillion units, so don't worry.
No
Yeah.
duping, no duping.
Could not contact him.
Yeah, I kind of did okay. I was actually proud of myself. I did okay. I didn't totally unplug, but I did okay. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to do that every once in a while, though.
It is.
The last time I did that, I don't think I was playing Eve Echoes at the time, but we went on an 8-day cruise in the Caribbean, and that was unplugged. We didn't pay for the Wi-Fi service or anything there, so it's like, nope, not dealing with any of that crap.
you didn't have a choice.
So, well, I did have a choice. I could have paid for the Wi-Fi and been on Discord the entire time, but I didn't. I chose to
Would have
not.
been a great use of the vacation.
Right.
I can't go out today. My space friends need me to defend their
yeah.
space castle. You wouldn't understand.
Well,
Stuff.
we're docked at Grand Turk. Should I get off and enjoy the beach, or do I attend the CTA? I
You
don't
know, that's a fun. That's funny though, right? I was in Charlotte for work one time, and I had to take an Uber from the offices to the airport. And I don't know why. This should have only been like a 15-minute drive, but it was like a 45-minute drive. And I'm literally on the phone with Zen and somebody else. I forget who. And it just did voice comms, right? And we're talking about stuff for maybe 5-10 minutes of this Uber ride. And I get off, and the guy in the front is like, that's got to be the wildest freaking business I have ever heard in my life. What exactly are you guys selling? Are you like an arms dealer?
Yeah.
I was like,
PMC, you need a Glock,
Yeah.
bro?
yeah,
know.
exactly.
You're probably
No.
talking about billions. Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna cost me about 40 billion.
Right.
And
And
this
the
Uber
rigs,
driver's like, what?
yeah, and the
This guy
modules.
crying about a
and-
bill again? Oh my God. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just send it to him when I get to the apartment. I can't. Oh, bro.
Right, exactly. I'll send you a contract, And so I tried to explain to this guy what the game was and how many people across the world were involved with it. And he looked like he just gave me this look from the front seat like I've got to be the biggest fucking idiot on the face of the planet. He's like, there people take that serious? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You do this for fun?
We do this for
yeah,
fun.
Dude. It doesn't sound fun to you?
We take a game that's supposed to be fun and turn it into work.
That's absolutely hilarious. Now, you'd be like waiting at the bus stop or something, and you'd be like, don't drop that fucking shit, like dropping caps or something, and people are like, what are you yelling about? Like,
You know?
No, really. I think if he screws up that contract again, we're gonna kick him from the corporation.
Oh,
if he
man.
can't, he's got to get along with people. I don't know how many HR tickets I have with this guy. I mean, that's literal like verbatim of conversations. It's but then you
Yeah.
start throwing out
Somebody-
people's names, you know, like, God damn it, that muffin guy. You know, what?
Yeah. What?
Verde, I'm just reading names from the chat from who's here. You know, it's like, what if you were trying to get mad and like, God damn it, that Ricky Bobby, that fucker, what
Yeah.
using names?
Gosh dang it, Ricky. I told him 7 times now.
If
Yeah,
Ricky Bobby shoots
good.
another blue,
You know, it's funny you say that. You know, stories of people that don't know this environment that we're in, especially, you know, if they're overhearing conversations. Like, I had a coworker who just wanted to listen to what I had to say the next day. Like, he would come up, he's like, "So what happened in your Space War game?" And at the time, we're in Gen Fed. We're in the second round of the Gen Fed war. And every day it was coming up, and I was giving
man,
them
you
the latest.
had I had thought about this during the Pantheon War, and I don't know why I never did anything with it. And I thought about it again during the Gen Fed War, and the reason I didn't do anything that time either is because when you're in the middle of those kinds of wars, everything is so freaking fast paced. Everything is just go, go, go. And you're trying to live your life. You've got wife, kids, job, sleep, you know, got to take a shit every once in a while without the phone in your hand. And then when you
Never.
then when you get to where you're doing exactly, then when you get to you're doing the game, it's like you're going. But I wish I would have done a better job of writing down and or documenting some of that stuff, because I know it's been done in the past. I know it's still done now with the other Eve that shall not be named, or not be mentioned anyway. But the stories are fantastic, right? Whole books are written around it, and the same could be true of this. I mean, it's just fantastic. The memes alone, the ribbing of one another. It's a great community, and there's just so much going into it every day. Even when there's not a huge, war going on, which, I mean, there's multiple little. They're not really little. There's multiple wars going on right now. If anybody even notices it, there's just a lot happening, and it'd be great to document, to write some of that. More so, it reminds me too of the Discord that JD started a while back, where he's trying to capture all the stories in one repository, one place. It was a
The
great
history server you're talking about?
The what?
Is it the history
Yes.
server?
Yeah, the history server. It's a great idea, fantastic idea, and there's a whole bunch of stuff there to mine and go back and pull from, and that's all great. That's wonderful, but there's something different about that and just reading a concise story, And I wish I would have taken the time to do that at the time, because it's hard to go back and do it with something like this now. It's almost impossible to go back and do it with something like that now. But
Yeah.
it'd certainly be a fun read, that's for sure.
Yeah, from someone, from the outside looking in, it is absolutely hilarious to me how they found entertainment in listening to me talk about
Yeah.
this game. And
Well, that's
it
what I
was
mean, it's a
beyond them to
story.
be able to join and
Yeah.
play the game, but he would rather listen to me talk about it. Like, oh,
Yep.
what'd you do yesterday? Oh, well, I woke up 2:00 in the morning to attend a CTA. We dropped caps. Yeah, we took the L5D pocket and destroyed a bunch of their capitals they had in production. And it's like he got he like laughed at this stuff.
Well,
Like,
worse,
this is serious stuff.
worse yet, yeah, I got up at 4 o'clock on a Saturday morning, formed up, had about 80 of us. We sat there
And
until
did
about
nothing
8 and did
watched
nothing.
them.
Nothing happened. We barely talked. We were all just sipping coffee. Nothing happened. That was it. How often does that happen, man? About every other fucking time.
All right.
You guys don't watch movies during CTAs?
No way, man. I mean, I'm sure some of our guys that are in the CTA do. I'm sure I know for a fact people are watching Netflix or playing other games or whatever
Mhm.
while we're sitting around. But as an FC,
No, I mean like
you
as a
can't do
team
that.
to roast
No.
it. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, there's talk and conversation and things going on, but there's no way for an FC to really do that. You're already looking at so many. Do you have?
Do you need more monitors or?
Oh, I got 2 monitors. I probably
I'm giving you a hard
have
time.
6. I probably have 6 different Discords, actual Discord instances open. I've got multiple channels opened. I've got 5 or 6 tunes out on top of the FC one. I mean, yeah, that's not a thing you can sit and try to watch Mrs. Doubtfire while you're doing it. I don't know where I got the movie name, but whatever.
Well, I'm just trying to imagine you telling this to an Uber driver and them being like, "Well, I missed my left."
Maybe that's
But you
why the
gotta-
ride took 45 minutes. I don't know.
You
Yeah.
gotta hit him with a soft open though. Be like, hey man, it's like, how do you feel about spaceships? You mean like SpaceX? Yeah, like that. Like, how do you feel about it? You think it's cool? Well, check this out. Then you hit it with
I
a
got
recruit pitch.
space in my pocket.
Right.
That reminds me, my wife literally made me a meme, and I'm going to post it. Threshner put up here and said, my wife didn't understand how long it took me to build the Science C. Oh my God, my wife roasts me so freaking hard. I'm gonna find this
You
here while
too.
you guys are talking. Oh yeah, she made this meme for me a long time ago.
Wait, why are you building a Science C though?
You can, why not?
Because it's cheaper to just buy one rather
That's-
than burning 80 blueprints.
That's true, but it's like fun.
Oh. Carry on.
I mean, that's not me. It's Threshner doing it. I tried to buy one today off of Illuminati. He was selling it cheap for like 30 bill, fully fit, and he already had it sold before I could get it from him. So
Hey, is that a Balgorn in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Hey, Threshner, if you're under duress, man, like just blink twice, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this is like, did you like have an experience and you feel like you need to cleanse yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that what this is?
of course it's fun, Nessival. It's called a project. Every single person who plays this game, I don't care who they are, I don't care how they play this game, comes up with a project, and that's your current project. Whether it's you're going to build something, whether it's you're going to fit out that Cinnable just right and get the nanocore all the way up or whatever, you know, it's everybody does. Here, this is this meme
Yeah.
that my wife made for me. It's fucking hilarious. So
I
good.
mine ore so I can refine longer, so I can earn more, so I can mine more ore.
Yep.
Doesn't quite understand the whole, you know, I'm going to build a ship with the ore so that I can mine more ore thing, but it's close enough.
It's to the point. Yeah, it's like you mine ore to build a ship to mine more ore
So you can
to build
another ship and
other
mine
ship
more.
or a power. Yeah, to mine
Like-
more.
It's like slavery with extra steps. It's totally different than real life.
Oh yeah,
Latora,
that's good stuff.
I'm happy to hear you're trying to make armor fleets great again. You keep doing that. Feed us armor
Yeah.
roams, please.
All right.
Look, I don't
Shall
have
we
anything
get
against armor.
into-
I don't have anything against armor. I just want to say that right now. It's not as good as shields. Okay, keep going.
Oh, I do 100%.
Yeah.
That's how you really feel.
I
Point-
remember in some of the shows in the past, be like, "Dude, armor sucks. Like armor's
Right,
not the
right.
meta. What are
You
you
can do the
talking
whole you can do the whole point over here where armor hurts you, and I can say nowhere it hasn't.
about?" Right.
It doesn't work.
All right. Shall we get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast so far?
yeah,
so,
sure.
Yes, sure. You know, should we even talk about this?
We
now?
should
I
do the
mean,
show.
yeah,
Hey, it's
sure.
Echoes of New Eden. Let's
Pass.
go.
There's only one announcement, technically. Yeah, we'll cover that, but yeah, we'll cover the latest game news, announcements, Q&A. Then these are just some of the topics, by the way. We'll cover throughout the show as long as we don't forget to stray away from these. But often that happens. And then we run out of time, and then there's wife aggro and all that type of stuff. But anyway, content creators were made an assignment this last week, so we'll talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. The patch notes. Now, to my surprise, the patch notes are much bigger than we thought or think. So we'll talk about that. Then we have the first super lost mail on the Chinese server. Not on Aurora yet, at least not that I've seen. So we have that. We'll share that later. Then we did something fun on the CSM server this last week. We'll cover that. Operation Burn Fountain. That's how I have it in my notes. Looks like there's some shenanigans going in Fountain. Once again, it's always Fountain for some reason. And the latest news, I guess this probably broke out today. Taylor, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Eska is joining the war or joining forces with OG and Void
Yeah,
against
surprise.
SHH.
Surprise! The server war never ended, guys.
Right.
I know there's certain someone. Was it Melody? Was it Melodies? Was it Melody or was it Oyster that made the announcement? I'm pretty sure it was Melody. But anyway, Melodious.
I think it's Ozzy.
Was it Ozzier? Okay.
That made
Anyway, one of
The
the two of them.
Disillusion.
Yeah, the dissolution, the change over to HHH, defensive pact, and the war is over, and they won. Rah rah rah. No, the war's not over. So it's still been going on. It's been going on this entire time. Nothing. It's slowed down. It's had spurts and stops and all that kind of thing, the same way that any war does, any major long-term conflict does. But yeah, I guess Iska has decided to come to OG's defense with some. I mean, there's been some small gangs from Silent down in OG Wicked Creek type space, doing some killing on some paws, killing some caps, and
Right.
so now OG's calling for defensive help from Void,
Allies.
and now they want the whole CC, the hippos, whatever, to come to their defense against the big bad Silent, who's roaming their area. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, if we have time, we'll cover all that. I know a lot of people probably don't care, but anywho.
No, I
It's
mean,
kind of the latest there.
yeah, I mean, I think everybody cares. It's just a matter of degrees of how much it involves them, right? I mean, everybody's interested to know what kind of war is going on, who's fighting who, where, what's going on with Wild Geese right now, what's going on with Meow, what's going on with the AOA and Exodus.
Mhm.
So there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on there between those guys. Of course, now with Iska going to aid OG. So, and I could go into a whole detail about the OG saga, but I won't. I won't
Yes.
share it.
Yeah, generically people care, but I mean, the real story generally is the story too, right? I
Yeah.
think, right? It's not just I don't really care about the whole Lost 20 battleship stuff. It's this guy did this and allegedly that happened. Like that, I think is more the exciting part.
Well, and then the fights that come out of them, right?
Right,
Whether
right.
whether
Why
you
are
get a
they there?
video of it, whether you get a YouTube video of it or not, the fights that come out of it, the tactics that come out of it. I mean, that's
Right.
that's one of the great things about this game. And some people are going to tell me I'm wrong, but whatever. I know I'm right, so I could care less what their opinion is. One of the great things about this game is that even without huge major balance patches or changes, and it's starting to thunder and lightning here in case you hear that, even without that, the meta always changes, styles always change, there's always a shift. Even from little changes that NetEase makes, it always makes a dramatic shift at some point towards something else, and the way people fight changes as well, right? And so it's always a shifting thing. We don't feel the same fleets today that we did 3 months ago. We don't feel the same fleets today that we did a year ago. We don't even have the same type of tactics, right? So all those stories that come out of it and how that always is ever changing is always fun. I mean, hell, look at Blink Fleet now. Who would have thought 6 months ago bombers would be the shit? Bombers are the shit. And I see it being that way for quite some time unless they do something crazy. Bombers are going to be the shit for a while. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the announcements. Now, let's see. So, yes, this one came out 7/27, just a couple days ago. What is the biggest change for you during the 3 years in New Eden? Okay, well, I'll go over the announcement, then we'll cover the questions. Share your growth and highlights by posting a before and after comparison picture in the 3rd anniversary celebration discussion thread that they made. This can include your spaceship collection, corp achievement, or explored star systems. We will randomly distribute 10 Omega Duo rewards to pilots. Stay tuned for the 3rd anniversary celebration. So, month of August, we know August 13th is their birthday. They're going to be doing a celebration. So they're kind of ramping up, starting some discussions and all that stuff of, previous stuff that they've done. Now, what is the biggest change for you during the 3 years that I haven't done anything in this thread. I've seen some people post stuff. Granted, you can go to this and you could see their progress in the game, the biggest changes to them and all that. But what's yours, Taylor?
Capitals.
The biggest change for you during the 3 years was Capitals.
Yeah. I mean, sure, outposts were great. Citadels are awesome. I mean, those are they did change things quite a bit. Nothing changed the gameplay or how you earn money or anything like Capitals did. I mean, granted, there hasn't been these big cap fights and all that kind of stuff, but Capitals changed. Look at all the things that Capitals changed. This is where I get my reasoning from. And I'm making this up as I go, OC, because I really hadn't thought about this question. But as he was reading it again, I was like, it's got to be Capitals. Yeah, I mean, scanning changes a lot too, Muffin. You're right. There's a whole bunch of things, right? But if I had to pick one for me, it would be this, because I feel like it hits on every single problem the game had before Capitals, right? Industry's an issue. Capitals, you got to keep building them. You just got to keep building them, right? I mean, some people are IPing them for the most part now because you can make so much damn money with the Capitals, right? So that changes things again. But but honestly, you're just we're constantly building Capitals. My corp has been building them ever since day one, and we never stop. I don't think there's ever been a time we haven't had something cooking, even when we had no Citadels. We had stuff cooking. So it changes the game on insurance. I mean, I'm talking about Rorquals as well when I say Capitals, right? Jump freighters, hauling things around, the way you can make income with your carrier, the kind of DPS you can put on field with a Dread, of course the Haas, the barrel weapons anyway that come along with that, and just how you play the game in general, because now you're thinking about where their cap staged, can they drop on me, what can my fleet actually do. So
Yeah.
Nice decibel.
I would agree with that. That was a game changer when Capitals were implemented. And it's for someone working their way up to build their first one and then flying it and then using it for the entirety and then heck going out and PvPing in it.
Yep.
It is a game changer. Just capital content in general and getting to that point. So I would definitely agree with that. If I think back further, I think corporation add-ons were a game changer at a corp level. With SOV and everything that has to do with that. I mean, most recently T4 Citadels or Citadel 1s, you could call them.
Yeah.
Like for a corp, that's freaking awesome.
It is. It is. I mean, I've got two of them. I know it's amazing, but it's
from a demographic standpoint, that changes a lot too, right? Because before you needed to do a certain amount of sprawl depending on your population, whereas once you have a T4, I mean that helps quite a bit of that organization.
Yeah.
Well, the next biggest game changer that hasn't hit yet, it's not Titans. It's the increase of the corporation size from 200 to whatever they're supposed to make it, 400, 500. That is going to be.
That's going to be wild.
That is going to be wild.
It's going to be difficult to understand how that's going to affect coalitions as well, because I mean you're going to have some corps that are able to be coalitions by themselves almost. I mean, everyone likes to pretend they have 85,000 players, but realistically, the people that play day to day, it's not that many. It's a couple guys and alts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean we could think back further. And I remember when interdiction bubbles came to the game, and I was like, okay, well, first of all, I had no idea what they were all about until they were implemented. But then you literally had to change the way that you traveled through nullsec to highsec,
right.
And you had to make use of scouts or eyes or whatever else, and you had to make sure that their shit was clear before you started doing stuff. You couldn't just be willy-nilly traveling through space, because now you're gonna get potentially hit with a gate camp or an interdiction bubble or something like that, and get tackled and lose shit. So interceptors came out right about at the same time. I believe it was like interdiction bubbles came out just before interceptors did, or maybe they came out at the same time, but nobody was T8 just yet. And then when interceptors started hitting the field, then that solved some of the worries that people had. So that was interceptors in general, when people hit T8, were game changing.
Yeah.
And they were more powerful back then than they are today. too.
Yeah, they got nerfed. They got nerfed hard. They're still good. They're just not quite as. Yeah, and I think everybody at this point who's T10 has an Atron 2 interceptor with cargo rigs in it, and
Yep.
3.
Yeah,
if
you
not,
gotta have the
if
hauler.
not the level 3s, they've got level 4s now. I mean, I've got the Nano Core that pushes mine up to like 1428. I just need the T4
Need that
cargo
mining
rigs.
implant though. Get
Yeah.
25% on it. You know?
Yeah. Well, exactly. I need to do that. It would be. I'm probably only going to do that though on my Jump Freighter pilot because it's just. I mean, I got other things to. God, to get from level 20 to level 30 irritates the shit out of me. It just irritates me. It's so easy to get it to 20 that it just lulls you into this. That's not so bad. That's
Right.
not so
Mhm.
bad. And then just like, mother.
You get slapped with that 700 purples. And wake up real quick.
God.
Yeah.
Is it 700 from
Yeah,
20
that
to
hits the
30?
wallet.
Well, there's a couple hundred blues from 20 to 25. 25 to 30 is 700 perps. Yeah.
Oh shit! You can do the blues between 20 and 25, can't you?
Were you using purples at 20? This is a
Yeah.
safe space.
I've been using
Okay.
purples, yeah.
Ugh. Rip in peace.
Yeah.
No kill mail for implants.
No. Well, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I think when you do the math, I build them. So I mean, when you do the math of what you're buying, and I buy low, then it's probably not so bad. It's probably still close to the same cost wise, I would think, because of the amount of XP you're getting versus the numbers. There's somewhat of a balance there between the purples and the golds usually. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
So that was the latest announcement, and then I also noticed that the picture that Carrie had posted created some chatter. Now, if you look at this, it's the Triglavians. Are these
can you post it?
Triglavian ship? I can post it here.
Yeah, can you
Yep.
post it? Because I have not actually looked at that to know.
Here, I will post it in the on-air chat. Mm-hmm.
Man, it's pouring outside. I didn't think it was going to rain. Oh,
Yeah,
this
so-
picture is what you're talking about.
What's the biggest change in New Year in the last 3 years? And people are saying, I'm not at all educated on EVE Online and Triglavian ships, but is that what these are?
I mean,
Well,
it
no,
looks like it.
Potentially
One's a
teasing
blow up
trigs
of
and
a-
Navy issue frigs.
The one on the left is a Merlin Assault, looks like, or something like that. Then there's the one on the lower
maybe
right
like a worm.
is a well, it doesn't have the little hook thing at the bottom, so maybe not. And then the there's a looks like maybe that's the Merlin. I don't know. Then
But
that looks like
the,
a Manticore
the one that's in the top right,
with the dot,
the big square.
the dot. In the
That
middle
one
of
for
it.
sure.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
I don't
So
know.
not
what
like
that
hype.
is.
So, I have no idea.
Triglavian
So it's.
ships Eve Echo.
Are you doing a search on it right now?
I am, and I'm actually showing it live on YouTube too. So this. Oh yeah, that's what that dot is for sure. But that is not one of the ships.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks, the theme is there, but I don't know if they're just trying to hype us up. I mean, there was a while ago they definitely had like a login screen change, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, wormhole hype!" So, trying to contain the hype.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. This picture this is it right here. Triglavian Blackfire steel skins for whatever this ship is.
It's
It
teased in this announcement
sure
photo.
as
Huh?
shit looks like that, doesn't it?
That's pretty close.
That is exactly what
do.
that thing is.
It do.
Even with the little drone things too
Yep.
that are next to it.
Yep.
Here's your
that's
new
it.
ship content. All right. New ship content. They're teasing us a little bit.
Yeah. There is some new stuff coming for
So-
the 3-year anniversary that neither one of us can say anything about, but I'm excited. I'll just put it that way. I'll put it
Mhm.
this way too. I'm putting in buy orders for low end Plex to start stocking up Plex. I've got like 1,800 Plex on 2 accounts at this point, and I'm going to keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you recall what happened during the Cyan Sea with Plex, that's why.
It's gonna be game changing.
Was that the Rodiva? Is that what you found? The Rodiva?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is or what they're referencing.
Yep. Boy, that's even a better picture from that link you gave. Yeah.
All right, I gotta
Rodiva,
click on this
Rodiva.
link.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
cruiser. Is it a cruiser? Yep, cruiser,
Precursor Cruiser, Triglavian Collective.
Yep.
So right here the community manager posted this in the announcement. People are like, Triglavian's coming? What? So
It's a Logi. It's an armor Logi. Yeah.
new ships. I'm all about new ships. This will be cool. I like that stuff. If it brings a whole new faction to the game, sweet. All right.
Cool stuff.
Let me get back to now. I believe that was it for the announcements. They went into the Q&A. We go over the most recent Q&A here.
I've got those.
Taylor, you got that pulled up?
I've got those pulled up, and I just need to switch
All right, hit it.
this to this. Oop. That to that. All right. Weekly Developer Q&A 718 to 724. What are your thoughts on training beacons corporations could place? These beacons could be used for training spaces to teach. These beacons could be used for training spaces to teach new players about fleet tactics. They could create a bubble no one could warp into, but your corporation. Other players could still warp to within 150 kilometers and fly inside the bubble, but these beacons could be movable. And a Pixie comes back and says, hey, thanks for bringing up the idea for training beacons. It's an interesting concept, but unfortunately we probably can't work on it at the moment. However, we do appreciate your feedback, and we'll keep it in mind for future updates. If you're looking for some training opportunities, Corporation Clash is also a good way to waste $1 billion ISK. I don't know. I kind of have a different thought on Corporation Clashes now after the whole tournament thing, and then hearing the guys that were doing it and all that, and you did as well, Rambo. So, I mean, I have a completely different perspective on the Corp Clashes now, where I kind of want to do it, even though it's just $1 billion. I mean, I can make $1 billion in 2 hours probably if I really try.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, I think that's a lot less of a serious suggestion and more of a, hey, you have something that approximates this, so you know, insert short staff response. By the way, that guy, I think his name is actually pronounced NPC, and it's meant to be, I think it's meant to be a pun on NPC.
No, that's funny.
Pixie? Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think that's what he's going for, but I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would have never guessed that. Okay, good question, though, and I kind of like the idea. I think there's probably better ways to implement it than putting a bubble in space away from your citadel that you have to fly to. I mean, that's what the whole 1v1 scenario was for, when you could do that. I forget what they called those.
Oh, God, that was so good.
Wasn't Faction Warfare?
No, it was where you could just go
Clash?
and do a duel. It was a duel mode or whatever it was. You just go and do a duel with somebody.
Basically,
Lossless.
test on live.
yeah.
Yeah, and just go to town. I mean, why isn't that a thing, like, permanent? I don't understand.
Really, though.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yep, so easy, too, because, like, they've already done it. Next question. Hi, devs. Will it be possible to make missiles go through shield bubbles, Nightmare's Guardian bubbles? It would make missiles a useful and powerful weapon type and a lot of content for PvP players. I have no idea what Mpishi is going to say to this, but I will respond with, we already have this. Do you play the game? Anyway, it doesn't go through. It just turns them off. It's called support projection. Get it to level 30. And Pishi comes back and says, hey there, thanks for asking about missiles and shield bubbles. Unfortunately, we won't make missiles be able to go through shield bubbles because we don't want shield bubbles to provide different defensive effects for different weapon types. We hope you'll enjoy the game. Okay, yeah, a good answer, because the answer is no. It's that simple. Support projection works by turning off low slots and mid slots. So your bubble can be turned off, your resists can be turned off. It's a fantastic implant. It's underutilized. There's so much E-War really in this game when you stop and think about it. It's kind of great. Needs to be more, but anyway. Next question.
About how long would the drive be for an Uber driver if you were to tell him about E-War?
Longer than 40. You know, I could do a breakdown. I could actually do my side thing and do a breakdown and talk about E-War, and it'd probably be a 3-hour long, 15-minute study on it. I mean, I did an hour and 15 minutes on
not so
Dictors.
fast.
Yeah, so anyway. Next question. Could we expect in the future an option to turn off backgrounds? Some of the backgrounds, yes, I'm looking at you, Claire Lamb, are extremely bright and hurt the eyes of light-sensitive people, causing migraines. My phone also overheats less when the background is black. 07. And Pishi comes back and says, thank you for your feedback. On one hand, we understand that some of the backgrounds in Eve Echoes can be bright, and we are sorry for that it may be uncomfortable for some players. On the other hand, space is full of bright stars, and we want to create a realistic and immersive in-game experience. You could try adjusting the camera angle to avoid looking directly at the stars. Let us know if this will be helpful. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in Pishi, you can rotate around. I think that what they need to do, though, I would have written this up a little different. I would have said, is there a way to turn off the graphical effects when you're in a Nihilus space?
Dude, seriously. That's the first thing I thought of when you were reading that question. That's
yeah.
the real one we need.
Because that is where, I mean, there's something, anyway, so that is where it just overheats your phone. That's where it just really chugs. That's where the emulators have a problem. If they have a problem, that's where they're going to have them, is in a Nihilus space.
And also, like, we don't need them to, it doesn't have to be insanely optimized. Like, I'm not in a Nihilus with my caps thinking, this looks really beautiful. This is really what I want to focus on. I just want to take a moment to just breathe in all the artwork and think about it and not pay attention to my scout reports. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I don't want to zoom out to see the entire fleet and see the other gates in case something's coming in. I want to see the shuttle I'm using to scout the other rooms up close to where I can't see anything else, I really want to see the rotation of those rocks in the middle of the room, right? I don't want to see any of that shit. I just want dots and pixels, red, blue, newt, right? I'm done. But
right. Well, this kind of brings up a point. Doesn't EVE Online have some sort of grayscale kind of graphic thing that they could do?
I don't recall. I mean, I know that there's like settings infinitum inside of EVE Online.
You can turn off modules, I'm pretty sure. Like, not models, and then there's quite a bit of culling.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's very good culling for like we seem to have ship culling in this game, but environment culling doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't seem to really be a thing.
No. It is and it isn't, right? You can turn the graphics way down. You can turn the atmospheric effects way down. You can do certain things like that, but you can't really.
There's no such thing as black and white, though.
No, and you can't really turn it into asteroids circa, late 70s. Just lines in black, white lines in black. I wish you could. In some instances, like a Nihilus space, and you got a big fleet, or you got a bunch of stuff going on with emulators and everything else, I'd really want to pare that down. But
well, just think too. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. This question could be phone related or whatever they're using. As far as their device, the game, how it operates on that. So, because like on an iPad, Nihilus space probably doesn't affect the battery or doesn't warm it up or anything like if you were on an older phone where it just wants to overheat as soon as you get into a CNDS. So
yeah,
who knows? But that was it.
That was it. Only 3 questions. Do we know if the Chinese server has any?
I checked it. There is none.
They don't update their Q&A very often, do they? It seems like it's like once a month for them, if that.
Yeah.
It's sporadic.
They go. Yeah, they actually go longer, but the last one was the beginning of this month, so they haven't had anything since on that website.
It'll be interesting to see how quick we see, hear, or read about the anniversary stuff off of the Chinese server before we get it on ours.
Well,
so
we do know that there will be an announcement with the anniversary related stuff in the next week or so.
Yep.
And they said that last week, at least to the CCs. Yep. So we could expect some info soon. And what that info is going to be, I have no idea. But I just want to get into these patch notes now and talk about these.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Let's do the patch notes next. Ready?
Yeah, so the July 26 patch notes.
Yeah, I got them pulled up.
Okay, yep, hit it.
Obviously, we get the Navigator program, but this time we get 2 versions of or we get like an Inception version of the upgrade thing. You pay your $4.99, you get it, and then you can pay another $4.99 and get more.
Nope.
Right? Is that what it is?
Nope. I'm gonna stop you right there because this is what I think everybody is confusing this. When you buy a $20 $4.99 AUR pack, that it unlocks the Navigator program for you. For that same $4.99 that you purchased that's now in your account, you can unlock the ×2. So there's no additional purchases.
So it's a
Right, it's the same
$120. So it's
Yeah,
a
it's the same money.
Yeah.
Yep, it's $120 purchase. Instead of using that AUR on other items in game like you would want, you instead spend that AR you just purchased on ×2.
Okay, but I mean that's what I'm getting at though. You still unlock the navigation thing with $4.99, and then you get the ×2 with another $4.99. However you want to look at it.
No, but you can spend the original money. You're spending a total of $4.99.
Right.
Yes, you're not spending $900. You're spending $20 real life for
But you can.
$499.
NetEase will allow you.
Yeah, they will. They
Exactly,
definitely won't
yeah,
stop you.
yeah.
We did confirm that earlier before the show started today, guys. We did get a confirmation from NetEase that they will allow you to buy 900 AUR this event if you would like to.
That's great.
And
That's-
you'll get some gifts from it too.
That's
It
great.
Gives you some
Wonderful.
gift, the AR. So, but yeah, the point I want to make is I was telling people because I did the Navigator program on 2 characters. I said, okay, I'm going to join it. It's $20. You get the AUR that you just purchased. Then that AUR that you just purchased goes toward ×2.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no additional purchases. So if people are questionable about, oh, I need to spend another $20, so it's $40, that's not true. That's not, yeah, per
Okay.
character anyway.
Okay.
I spent $40. I did it for 2 characters.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good to know. And I like the Navigator program. Honestly, I mean, it's part of getting people caught up to T10, right? That's just speed it up.
Oh yeah, I just enjoy the addition. I'm trying to get as many skill points as possible because some of these skills that T10
The gunnery
players are
skills,
hitting.
man.
You
Yeah.
got those. You got capital skills, and
Yeah.
it's just.
Nice pin.
You know, I don't think I have a skill that's under 80 days training on a single skill at this point. So I take it all, man.
I spent 18 bill this week just to unlock skills. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Econ thanks you.
No shit. Okay, Super Carrier Manufacturing Contest. We see the results of some of that. Now, apparently, if you take yourself off the list to be recognized for it, then you don't get the rewards from the competition.
You still get rewards though. You
See,
just get
that's what I
less.
thought. That's what I thought. You still get something, right?
You do still get something, but it's minimal. But to be honest, if you're not top 3, you're not getting a lot of rewards anyways. And honestly, it's top 3 on one of them.
Right.
It's the
okay.
amount one really that's giving you the majority of the rewards.
So I don't look at I look at this list and I think to myself, this is probably only 70-80% of the super carriers built during this event.
Probably.
That's my rough take on it. There's more out there than just what's on the event. Because if you go and look at the event, there's nobody from Void on it.
Wow, that call out.
You telling me Void doesn't have a single super carrier? Bullshit.
We're just diving in.
Well, I'm just looking at it from a rational perspective. Look who's on the list and who's not. Right? So
Well, you know, and people are spotting them in DR leaderboards too. You don't see any of their characters hitting up
Right.
the DR leaderboards and supers.
Slippy, they didn't have a T4 for a while. I wonder why, Slippy.
Wow, dude. That's
I wonder
okay.
why. I wonder why.
That's a doge right there.
Neither did Burr for an extra 6 days. Not because of Muffin or me. Mostly Muffin. Muffin did a great job. You can't pause this shit anymore like you could, though. They fucking nerfed that because I'm sure it was Void who was crying about it. But anyway.
Well, like I said, when that happened, I said the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, okay. That's my take on it. I don't have anything else to say about the super carriers. It's a cool event.
Yeah.
I like those kinds of building events, the building ones, right? It's part of why I love the Corp Tech Tree thing. It really gets indie pushed. Okay, so some balance adjustments. Neros Nanocore can now be installed on all Neros models, including Neros Combat, because everybody wanted to put it on that Neros Combat. Let me tell you. Anyway, I don't know why that's a problem that nobody had that they had to solve, but they spent time on it. Here's one I love. Fleet Commander now receives all group recovery effects from all 5 squads. RIP armor squads. Because so that's a good one. Cargo hold management implant now affects delivery holds as well. Okie dokie. Now that is a bigger line than you think. Think about that for a minute. Cargo hold management implant. That's your mining implant. That's a bonus on the mining implant. What, level 30 is that? I think it's level 30.
Level 30.
Yeah, 25% increase to all holds, whether it's the special hold or your regular hold. But that now affects your delivery holds. The largest hold, the largest amount of stuff you can get at a base level period onto a ship is a humpback hauler. It's over 1 million meters cubed already. Right? That's the largest base amount of anything in the game. But that's a delivery hold. Now you can increase it for all those deliveries no one's doing. But when and if containers come out, containers are used for delivery. They go into delivery holds. God, I am still like holding my breath here that containers will be able to go
hype
into.
is so real, dude.
I know. I'm so excited about this. One sentence. I am so excited about that. Can you imagine actual delivery type ships hauling with containers? You know how much a delivery service thing changes? You know how much things change for jump freighters when you can have containers that are named, and if you contract it from, because these things are when they come out, when containers come out, and they're supposed to be coming out. I don't know when, but they're supposed to be coming out. They'll be the greatest, probably the greatest thing ever. But when they get named, I hope to God that name stays with it. So like I can name my container Rick's shit, contract it to OC Can't Stop so that he'll just take it for Pravi. I'll never get it back. But anyway, but then when it's in his cargo hold, he'll see it with my name on it, and when he moves it, he knows who to contract it to. Badoop. I mean, you just solved the entire delivery issue. I mean, God, that's huge. That's fucking huge. Anyway, what were you saying, OC? I'm sorry. I was talking over you.
No, that's to your point about JFs, that's my number one issue with hauling with JF stuff. It's everything else about it is pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Except, it's like, man, most people don't have 500 mil M3 to move frequently. It's a bunch of little things, and you want to kind of cluster orders together. Whereas now, I mean, it's kind of hard to do that economically without sitting there and doing tons of screenshots.
Pain in the ass. Yep. So no, I can't wait for that. It's gonna be great. Okay. Any other comments on that before we go to the next line?
Hype, please. If a developer is listening, please just just tell us what you need. Please, just name names.
Start
what do
a
you need,
GoFundMe.
man?
Paying for containers.
Right. Dude, just tell us a dollar amount. What do you need, bro? We got you. Add an APIs.
I'd even go so far as to saying I would pay RM for the blueprints. Like, if, 5 RM or 10 RM or something, whatever. I don't care. If I gotta pay...
if you can list it in Jita, I mean, man, I should care, but I don't. I just give me the fucking thing, all right? Like,
exactly.
Let's go.
This gets back to the point. There are so many things in the game that they could charge actual, cash for, and everybody would love it, and nobody would care. But they do the exact opposite. They charge cash for the things that's whatever. Anyway. All right. With the development of technology, it's now possible to compress titanium into a form with higher crystal density at outposts. That's a game changer, being able to condense titanium. I hope to God this means at some point we can do that with pyrite and mechs. The other ones, who cares? It's those 3 that are the biggest ones. But titanium can be compressed.
Well, we got leaks.
Yeah, I know.
But
we'll get to it.
One thing that I've seen people talking about on this was the use of corporation outposts, not a citadel, but the personal outpost. I've seen questions as in, are these going to be personal outpost specific, or are people going to be able to do them in corporation outposts, aka citadels? So it's the wording there to see if that's something that people will be able to do.
Yeah.
But titanium being compressed, that's huge.
It almost makes me want to put down outposts in strategic locations for doing that.
Can you lean more closely into the mic and repeat that?
It- do you really want me to repeat that? Anyway.
Like what strategically? I'm just,
Well, think of any low sec entry from
I'm
null
giving you a
sec.
hard time.
No,
man.
no, I know you are. I know you are. But think about this for a second. How many honest low sec entrances from nullsec are there where there's a decent amount of traffic? Right? There's quite a few.
Yeah.
There's quite a few. Now think about it if people are trying to do that strategically, putting down a pause for that very thing where they've got jump freighters coming in to haul minerals. Man, that's target rich areas to try to scope out and watch. Anyway. It is now possible to reprocess the damaged ore capital hull, which is great because I have a shit ton of those. I mean, I have way more than I need for building the Rorquals. But what you get out of it is kind of crap, but it helps, right? It does help with certain rigs, and we have a huge issue with rigs right now because I think I need to make like 1,000 rigs. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, that's great. That should have been a thing a long time ago. And of course, the value of these things spiked on Wednesday when people noticed that. So because they were dirt cheap before. It is now possible to reprocess the nanocore of Praxis ships. Nobody cares. Moving on. I mean, what the hell?
I still have
Optimizations.
mine parked. I haven't touched that in months.
You know
Probably
what's-
over a year.
You know what's funny about that? Because of the way the Duo Omega thing happens with the content creators, every once in a while I go and re-up, $15.99, whatever it is, for the Duo Omega on Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that this week. And somehow, some way, it was back calculating the specials, the Omega Growth Fund, not the Growth Fund thing, but the Omega special deal.
Special
When
deal?
you get to like 800 days, you get these rewards, you get to 900 days.
Yeah.
So I had 3 of those, just with $15. I had 3 of those all unlocked at once, and I got the Praxis 2, the Nanocore for the Praxis 2,
Yeah.
like 10,000 IP. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. It's 3 billion ISK
Yeah, I was like,
or
good.
3 billion SP.
Something. It
Not
was-
billion, but 3 million SP.
something like that. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap, where did all this come from? Oh, interesting. That's cool. So I have a Praxis 2.
I
now
might
for
have
no
to. I
reason.
might have to do that.
Yeah, I'm at like 960 or maybe over. I think I'm over 1,000. But anyway, 1,000 days or whatever it is for paying or whatever. I don't know why it boosted all 3 though. It's weird. It did 3 in a row. Anyway, okay. Back onto patch notes. Optimizations. Valuation updated basis on the market. Okay, we know about that. Optimize ship tips. Okay, that's cool. Optimize the categorization of faction ships in the market, making them easier to search for. Yes, thank you. We've always had the faction cruisers and the faction battleships just mixed in with the cruisers and the battleships. Now they got a separate window. That's great. A little bit easier to get to. Optimize the descriptions for special edition ships, including Can You, where their IPs are no longer increased. Optimize the description of special edition ships. Okay, including Can You. So they're pointing out a Yang Zhon ship where their IPs are no longer increased.
What does IP and description of a ship have to do with each other?
Yeah, I was confused about this one when I read it before. Anybody got any guesses? I have no guess. I have no clue what this
IP
is.
and the description. That's kind of a weird.
The only thing I can come up with is, well, I'll wait and see if anybody gets my, yeah, that thing, Nessival. That. Yep. Yeah, you're at 1,088. Good job.
Loyal customer.
Yep. The only thing I can come up with why they had to make that adjustment, why they felt like they needed to make that adjustment, is if Yangjun ships are coming.
Hmm.
But I just can't see them putting out the Yangjun ships along with Triglavian ships.
So
at
when
the
they
same
say
time.
when they say description, they just might mean stats.
For only ships that no longer have an increase in IP because they're just static and they're there. I don't.
No,
That's a
no. What I
weird-
mean is, there was a while ago where those ships didn't cost that amount of IP, so they may view the IP cost as being like a, temporary or artificial increase, and maybe they're looking to lower that. But I think that word description, I think they're referring to. I don't think they specifically mean a text description of the ship. It might mean something else, like some cost associated or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Again, though, getting back to that, costs associated with something you can't build.
I mean, IP. Because remember early on in the game, right? Omen trainers were one of the
Yeah.
first
Yep.
first
yep.
doctrines.
Yeah.
Remember when one IP was just you just res like the train, like that was it, one IP. Now we have millions floating around the game.
Yeah. So much of way too much of it.
That's why the Rupture Trainer is so expensive. It's more expensive. I think the Rupture Trainer is the most expensive, not cruiser, but of its kind between all ruptures,
Really.
because the IP cost is so cheap. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like 3 IP for that thing. Fit. So.
All right. Moving on. Change one of the missions in Road to Set Sail from join a match or faction war games to earn ISK. Because no one wants to, even brand new players, see faction war games and know it. They've heard it shit, so they don't.
Well, I seen it in a suggestion this last week where it's taken upwards of 30 minutes just to join a faction war game.
That whole thing
match.
needs to be redone.
So-
The whole thing needs to be redone. Just throw
Yeah.
out what you've got with faction war games right now and redo it. It's bad. Who
Yeah,
wants
I
to
mean,
do that
Taylor's,
same thing?
Taylor's Fox is so happy about it, though. About this 2023 Eve Echoes, so I think it needs optimizations.
Yeah. All right, a whole list of bug fixes. I'm just going to read through them. If you guys want to make a comment on them, stop me. Fixed an issue where there was a chance that reverse power skills could not be activated with pulse crystal implants. Fixed an issue where modules such as Command Burst would play their special effects once after being turned off. Fixed an issue where special effects of modules such as Burst would continue to play instead of disappearing under rare circumstances. Fixed an issue where modules such as Sinusoidal Field Generator would show that they are being deactivated under rare circumstances. Fixed an issue where the damage transfer attributes were displayed inaccurately in the tips of the Supercarrier cover module, because everybody flies one of those. Fixed an issue in the ratting window and the fighter tips where damage of every fighter was overcounted by one fighter, causing the numbers displayed in the tips to be higher than the actual values. This is back to our whole DPS, actual damage done issue. Fixed an issue where the unique bonus of Supercarrier would cause an increase in jump power consumption. That would suck. Fixed an issue where Defense Disruption Burst was inactive against some NPCs. Ouch. Yeah, that would... I would hate to lose that hell because you can't kill something. Well, I don't know. You can kill everything in a hell. Whatever. Those things are overpowered. Fixed
It'd
an
be a real
issue.
growth experience.
Yeah, it would. It would. Fixed an issue where the damage bonus of Bombard Tactics would sometimes not be removed after dealing damage. Ah, damn. I really like taking advantage of that, where you just hit you just hit it, and it just goes.
Right?
And it never stops. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah, they saw you coming.
Damn it. Oh, well. That
Yeah.
was the official patch notes from Wednesday, July 26th, 2023.
Yep. This is just what they told you.
This is what they told you. This is what the changes were that are
Ooh,
there.
Shit. I got thunder.
I hear
You hear
that. I hear that.
Damn, that was loud.
Confirmed. Rambo and I are twins. We're actually in the same basement right now.
Right.
Exactly, Sammy. Pencil's advantage. Yeah.
My
So
dogs are freaking out.
yeah. Okay, you want to get into the things we know unofficially from the patch that have been ripped out of the code. And
I gotta
mean, yeah.
drop. I gotta drop before you do that, but
Okay.
you guys rock.
Hey, see you,
I'm
man.
looking forward to the picks that we spoke about. You
Yep.
know, the ones from the weekend.
What now?
The ones you shared over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna go over that story? Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah. Confirmed OC can stop. See you later, buddy.
Later. Got him.
Got him.
Where's my
Boom, roasted.
Okay.
It works. Okay. We can go. There's actually a really, really long list. I think there's only a couple of ones that are major highlights of what's been sent to me. Because I've had
Yeah.
3 or 4 different people send me little chunks of things that they found. One of there's several of them that are very, very interesting. One of the ones that I thought was interesting was apparently there's some new add-ons
Yeah.
coming.
So I have the pictures here, and I'll post them in the on-air chat. We'll just go down the list here.
Oh, you want to post pictures?
This one,
Did Benzie post some of this stuff?
I have no idea.
Okay, because someone was saying he leaked shit. I don't know what he leaked. I don't watch Benzie.
Yeah, I don't know what he leaked either.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got these pictures from a source I can't say, but
I just got text.
asteroid detection array. Look at this. This is coming into the game. Actually, it's already in the game. It's just not unlocked.
Implemented. Keep in
It's not
mind,
implemented.
keep in mind, there's a lot of stuff in the game that's not implemented, not
Mm-hmm.
online, and maybe never will be. I mean, there's E-War variants of ships, for crying out loud, where it just says Arbitrator E-War. That's not a real ship in the game. However, these are things that showed up on Wednesday. That's the reason why we're talking about them.
Yeah. So asteroid detection array 1 looks like energy anchor point. It's basically your normal, add-on. The quantum radar used for monitoring in-system asteroid anomalies, which can increase the frequency of discovering asteroid belts. Okay, so is it similarly to pirate observation? Is that the frequency one, not the upgrading one?
Anomaly observation, because it looks just
Anomaly.
like the structure actually is the anomaly observation, which increases the number of.
So that would make sense, yeah.
And now, whether or not
Okay.
people think this is a good idea, I can tell you for us, it's an excellent idea because, I mean, there are days when we really go at it and there's no belts in system.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we
So-
were just talking about this
Yeah.
a show or two ago
Yeah.
about, maybe not in 2020 Eve Echoes we didn't need this, but nowadays we could use stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, here's the next one. Here, this one will be a jaw dropper. I posted this one in the on-air chat.
Yeah.
Cloak Jammer Tower add-on. Okay, get this one. A jamming structure that targets optical cloaking. It can generate special pulse waves that create an energy effect in the vicinity of cloaked ships. After the energy effect is superimposed multiple times, the ship will lose its cloaking effect and its cloaking device will temporarily become unusable. There goes your cloaky cameras. A lot of people complain about cloaks, right? Now, SOV owners, especially if a SOV owner has an enemy that's cloaked in their system 24/7, I get it. That whole thing goes two ways, but this gives the SOV owner a way to be able to rid some pests, I guess you could say. So far, you have no comment, but
I don't know how it's going to work. Even by reading that, I don't know exactly how impactful that's going to be against bombers.
get this. I think this is more for your 24/7 cloaky and not for your arbitrator Cove Ops that's on a roam and he decides that he wants to cloak for, because the way that they word this, what is it? After the energy effects is superimposed multiple times. So I'm guessing like it'll shoot out a wave. Ooh, I got hit once. Maybe you need to get hit 3 times for your cloak to get disabled.
Yeah.
So then, but to say between wave 1 and wave 2, could it be 5 minutes? Could it be 30 seconds? Could it be 5 minutes? Could it be 10 minutes? Could it be longer?
No
right?
idea. Yeah.
I don't think people aren't necessarily complaining about the bombers or the Cove Ops cruisers or anything like that. People are complaining about the cloaky cameras, and that's what this is for. This will stop them from cloaking 24/7. I don't think this will affect bombers.
I don't think it'll affect bombers. I don't even think it will affect, your cover to twos that are cloaking in the belt when a nuke comes in, kind of thing. I don't think the way that's worded, it won't affect any of that, because those are instances where you're cloaking and then you're uncloaking and doing something else. Now, granted,
Right.
this does change it. Now, even if it works the way you just said, where it's like over a 5-minute period, now your cloak is jammed. Well, I can just go and sit in your belt now whether I'm cloaked or not, turning my cloak on, turning my cloak off, cycling it, and your belts are, your cover 2 that's trying to sit there cloaked or get away isn't going to be able to do that. Isn't going to be able to sit there forever. Eventually, he'll get uncloaked. So,
well, that's the thing is if it gets hit by say a third wave and it's 30 minutes. I mean, I get it. You just wasted 30 minutes, but it's
Yeah.
potentially on an Orca with a Beeve mod on it too. So
exactly. Yeah.
Could
so,
it be worth it? Is the risk versus reward? And it's like, could they have maybe developed a defense by that time? I don't know. It would be interesting as to see how this gets implemented. Granted,
will.
this is all that we have so far. Take it with a grain of salt. We'll see even if it gets added. So that was that. Okay, so then I think that was it for add-ons that I had. They're on my phone here. Check this one out. Capsuleer Scout Outpost. So what is this? A Capsuleer Scout Outpost? So is this going to be different than the outposts that are currently in the game? And by outposts, I mean personal outposts, because that's what that icon is. Capsuleer Scout Outpost is an economical choice for medium-scale activities in space and serves as a base for system exploration. Its highly modular design makes them cheaper to build, quicker to deploy, and offers a higher base defense, but leaves it with feeble defense hardener systems.
Think about what can
Man,
dock.
I got roaring thunder here.
Yeah, I heard. Think about what can dock. Oh my gosh, Anthony! Holy shit!
Well, we got 2 high slots, 3 mid slots, 2 low slots. And it does appear here that there's like a combat and property rules. I don't remember seeing this on an original. I don't deal with outposts that much to know if they have repair state, reinforced, unanchor, property protection, or anything like this. Do you remember seeing stuff like that? 'Cause I don't.
No. I don't even know if it says it there, but I remember reading a little bit more about this from what I was sent about it's faster to anchor, faster to unanchor. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's still a day or if it's 10 hours or 8 hours or 6 hours. I mean, it'd be hilarious
Yeah.
if it anchors
Well,
in 15
this-
minutes and unanchors in 15 minutes.
This kind of raises concerns because it's like, well, I just built an outpost. Do I need to unanchor it now and put this one down if I want to use this one instead? Am I able to put this one down and a normal corporation outpost? Are we going to be able to put more in Sov systems? Yeah. I was hoping that with a T4 Citadel, you could put down more outposts within Sov systems, but that hasn't changed yet.
I bet you they'll roll
So-
that out as part of your corporation tech tree,
Okay.
which would
I'm
be great.
fine with
Which
that.
would be great. I don't think they
Yeah.
even need any more add-ons. I think it needs to all go into that corp tech tree, honestly. Because you can't kill the damn structures. If the structures were killable, then put it into the structures, but they're not. So put it into the corp tech tree.
Right. So, okay. Jesus. On top of that, check this one out. Posting this one in on-air chat. Corporation Reconnaissance Outpost. Now this looks like a citadel. And I don't have a description in the screenshot, but it appears like it has a bunch of industrial success rate increases. And this is just a snippet. So, yeah.
It says Corporation Reconnaissance Outpost, but it does say Corporation Citadel. But it's an outpost, kind of like the level 1, 2, and 3s we've had so far. I'm pretty sure, though. No, I guess those don't look like the same base stats. Module upgrade success rate of 5%. And where can you anchor that? Can you anchor that next to a T4? Oh, that'd be hilarious. Right?
Yeah.
It probably is. Latour, you're probably right. Reconnaissance. There might be a, just like they call the other one a scout outpost. How do you use an outpost as a
Yeah.
scout?
These are interesting. You
Yeah.
know, granted, they were just added to the game. We have no idea whether or not they would be implemented in their uses. So
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, so these ones I think could be. Not that the add-ons aren't really believable, because I do believe that they could be used in modern day Eve Echoes. But along with the compressed titanium, check this one out. Compressed pyrite.
Ah.
And get this one. Here's one for compressed isogen.
Hmm.
That's all I had. And I do have the compressed titanium one right here. So that one has a market value, as you can see. In the other screenshots, they don't have a market value just yet, where titanium does.
That means Mex,
So-
Mex is in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm. These are just the ones that I had acquired, but I'm guessing all minerals gonna have a compression value on it now. So cool.
Yeah.
Some people see, yeah, it's interesting. Damn, man, I got some. This I don't know what the hell is happening outside, but
We
my
can hear
dogs
it.
are freaking out. My wife is texting me, and it's like I got a cloud right above me right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, just. It's not raining though. Not that my office isn't flooded yet, so that's good. Dog, lay down. Okay.
Yeah, I know, Sammy. The Rorqual can't compress the titanium. We tried that. I tried it with a Beaver mod too to see if it would just compress, and that doesn't work either. It uses your regular compression skill, the one that everybody skilled out of a long time ago because it sucks. So, but it uses that regular compression skill. Rip
Yeah.
fuel.
Oh, here comes the rain.
Yep, I can hear it. That's pretty heavy.
Watch my power get cut.
It's good
Yeah,
ASMR in
that'd
the
be
background
hilarious.
for us here.
And the thunder rolls,
And
and the lightning strikes. Yeah, got some shit going down. Okay. I'm kind of just sidetracked right now. But anyway, those were what I had. Did you want to go over the data mined info stuff too? I mean, it's basically what we just covered. I think
Yeah.
there's more kind of just text type stuff that we could go over, but you know, they added a lot of stuff in this recent patch that kind of raises an eyebrow.
Oh, he just paused. He literally just paused. Rip Rambo's internet. It rains. And there it goes. Here, I'll pull this up. What's he got over his area? Yeah, that's hitting him pretty good. Where is that? There's camera. He's right in here, I think. I thought. No, no, what is on this map? Huh. Yep, his power went out. That's the show, everyone. No, I'm kidding. We'll keep talking here for a few minutes. See if his power comes back on while I cover the rest of the stuff we were going to cover. Let me go pull up our notes. And he is correct. That is pretty much it for the patch notes section. And as far as what we know, what we heard, what was coming up. I don't have the commercials queued. I don't have any sound effects queued or anything else like that because he was going to be doing it. So we're going to skip that and go right into the first super loss. It came from the Chinese server. I'm going to post that now. It's not on our server, obviously, when I say that. But with that said, this should give us an idea of what these things are going to look like when people die. Here we go. In terms of cost, I know that the in-game currency, the currency evaluations, I'll put it that way, is slightly different for the Chinese server than it is for our server, but they're close. So we could be seeing something close to 2 trillion. Something close to that. Maybe 1.5. It depends, right? It depends. This thing had the emergency hole energizer on it. It had bursts. It had all that stuff. So I don't think 2 trillion's out of the question. So it's pretty amazing. That's pretty jaw dropping. You're not gonna IP that shit, that's for sure. Well, I don't know, botters. Who knows? Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about was the Burn Fountain event plus bounties. There's a Reddit post here earlier this week. Maybe it was the end of last week. I forget when that was. Wouldn't you love to get that kill mill, Bradger? Come on now. Come on back. Come get super kill mills with us. But there's actually bounties put out on outposts, Wolf, etc. Let me go pull up the Reddit. I think I got this saved. Or I posted it somewhere. Shit. Sucks for not being ready, right? Let's see, I'm scrolling here real quick. I have a bounty on all wolf pauses in entire New Eden, 300 million for each kill mill. DM me to claim your payment. The kill mill needs to show this date, 7/25/2023 and future. Happy hunting, have fun. This is a thing on Wolf. And the corporations for Wolf are ARI, DCM, PHXS, OG, TWWA, PXR, C411, and DEU. All of those corporations. OG, Gods of Old, the original OG, I guess, Executor Corp. I don't think that's the same thing. Obviously, it's not. But that's from AGOR2 on Reddit. That was his perfect public service announcement.
Hey,
3 days ago. Hey, you're
I'm
back.
I don't have camera though. I seem to I have no camera. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like a hurricane outside right now though, and it's not getting any better right now. First time on air, by the way. My power goes out.
Yeah.
that was,
First time for everything, right?
just that's insane. It's just downpouring like insane right now. But I opened my door just to see outside, and I wouldn't be surprised if I broke trees out there, or if I have broken trees. But I'm sorry to break the flow. I see
It's okay.
We're talking about the Aeon that died.
Yep, we are.
The 2T.
I'm talking
Okay,
about
you're still
the
doing that?
talking about the Burn
Okay.
Fountain event now, and I'm gonna
Okay.
copy the link and post that over to the on-air chat. Paste, boom. Yeah, and he's gone. That's the actual link. There's a whole bunch of prizes, whole bunch of things going on. Basically, they're just trying to outsource and get people to do their dirty, or well, not really dirty work, just do the work for them, right? Clear pauses, clear people out. I'll read a little bit of this. This has now been 45 days since Meow vowed to evict Wolf from Fountain. Hero Inn proudly claimed he had enough in VLT alone to do this. Despite his claims, he has had to call in aid for all of Meow, Beer, TCOS, IS, TSC, and more. Now, 45 days later, Wolf still holds Sov and Fountain, which they do. They've done a fantastic job holding them off. Kudos to those guys fighting the fight. So we have seen Beer lie and claim Shush are coming to draw more pilots in from other groups. But when to draw more pilots in from other groups when it looked like we had formed too many, but still Wolf held Sov and Fountain. Still holds Sov and Fountain. Now that they are on the cusp of losing our last citadel, we have had Beer reach out looking to an end to the structure warfare. Unfortunately, efforts at peace by members of their board have been hampered by the self-proclaimed leader, Nigel the Killer. So, yeah, lots of things always going on in Fountain. As always, that's just Fountain is Fountain.
Fountain, I love you, but I'm bringing.
But you're bringing me down, yeah.
You're bringing me down.
But they've got a whole list of prizes here. Follow that link and go look at them. But I mean, like, number 1 prize is a Nidhogger. Number 2 is a Navy Fleet issue battleship or faction cruiser. Number 3 is Navy Fleet issue battleship. Number 4 is another faction cruiser. Number 5 is another faction cruiser. Then they get into money. 6 is $1 billion. 7th is $750 million and down. Pretty interesting how they're doing that. Pretty cool. Yeah, new little twist on whatever the fight may be. All good. Let's see. That link is up. I'm going back over to here. I'm getting too many notifications, and I just went into 4 Discords. God damn it. Just getting your way.
Yeah, I completely lost like everything that I had on my PC, so I'm really distracted.
That's all right. We did go over the recent patch notes. Okay. So we did. Yeah, we did do this week. I did have a Duo Omega giveaway, but I did a little differently. I pinged for it on our server, Echoes of New Eden, but then I gave you a link to go over to the CSM server to do it there. And that was a hell of a lot of fun. I gave away 2. Rambo gave away 4 Duo Omegas, so 6 Duo Omegas were all given away within the course of 40 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, at first it was just Taylor that was going to do it to give away his Omegas for the week, and I hadn't given any away because I'm still in debates with Carrie as to all the people that haven't gotten them in recent giveaways, and I'm like, I have so many issues with people not getting Omega. It kind of deters me from giving more out because then those people aren't, anyway. So he did that, and I was like, you know what? Here, I'll give 4 out too. And so Taylor had to come up off the top of his head upwards of 10 questions because he did the 2 questions for his. Then he did 4 for me. And then Mario, as well, as he is a senior content creator.
Yep.
He has 4 that he was able to give away. So during that time, we'd given away 10 Duo Omegas. And yeah, Taylor came up with all the questions off the cuff, and
Yep. As
it
I always
was
do.
it was a good time.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. There was so much going on that server because we were in the same channel as when somebody new would join. It would also show up in that channel. You know how those joins go with the big GIF and the wave and all that. The little whatever the fuck they are, the little creatures.
Yeah,
the Discord
people were reacting to new people coming to the server.
Exactly. And so there's all that going on at the same time. It was totally nuts. I think the server had about as much interaction within that time frame as it had for like that for like a week and a half. So. And yes, Nessival, the whole reason that I was doing that was to not to boost numbers for the CSM server, but to get some more conversations flowing on that server, right? So it's not that it's dead. There's a lot going on in that server, honestly. It's just that as part of what the CSM is trying to do, we need to have more people on that server. I mean, we have a goal of how many people we want on it, and we're not there yet. So that's why I did it. And I'll probably continue to do that because why not? We get a lot of traction on this server. We have a lot of interaction that goes on here. Sometimes it's dead during the week before a show comes up. Sometimes it's not. It doesn't take much for a conversation to get started and things get flowing. And we want to make sure that we have as broad of an audience as possible for those kinds of conversations, and especially with what the CSM is trying to do. I felt it was reasonable to do it there. In fact, we're going to have a Jeopardy trivia game thing over there as well at some point. So,
yeah,
with giveaways and prizes.
Good shit.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think the only other thing we had on our list to cover was about the anniversary update that's coming. Obviously, in just a few short weeks, we'll be at the 3-year mark. August 13th or something like that is the official 3 years. I don't know when the actual
date.
Yeah, I don't know when the actual event will hit. But they did ask the content creators, senior content creators and the regular content creators, to make videos, just to post 15-second little blurbs, hi, those kinds of things.
I should do mine out in a storm and have like a rain jacket.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a Rambo from Echoes of New Eden Pocket. Like literally, I'm in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Recording it.
You should do that. That's exactly
That
what
would
you
be
should
insane.
do. Yeah. Just a little rain. But yeah, so a lot of us are going to be doing that. I'm going to do mine probably tonight before I finish up here, since everything's already set up and ready to go. I might as well do it.
Lightning show out there too.
But
I think it would be distracted just a little bit.
Maybe, but it'd be
yeah,
hilarious.
We have to submit those videos before like
Tuesday.
the 2nd of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how many content creators are going to do it? I'm not sure. Taylor, are you going to do it?
I am. Yeah, I'm going to record it tonight as soon as we get done here, actually.
Nice. Yeah. I probably won't tonight, but I need to figure something out on my end to be able to do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe I should do. Oh, my light just flickered again. Oh shit.
I mean, we've covered everything we had in our little cheat sheet tonight. We didn't even use our main doc, so we just kind of typed it out.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
anybody's-
prior I had for the fountain thing, I had "Fountain I Love You" queued, so I was gonna
Oh,
play the
yeah.
song,
Yeah.
but lost it. Commercial break? Nah, we don't need commercial breaks.
No, no.
I don't know what the timer is at, but I'm
Hour and a
okay
half.
with calling it a show.
Yeah, we're at an hour and a half.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, then I'm going to call a show, and hopefully I don't disconnect during this time. But this is time for the content creator shout out.
Oh, content creator shout out. Jeez. Hey, Muffin's one of our newest content creators. We haven't seen his videos yet, but come on, man. I'm waiting to see some of these. Troupa's here as always. Awesome to have you. And then, of course, we've got Damon Zell, who's not with us drunk tonight. Latora's here, though, so that's awesome having you here with us, buddy. And, of course, all the other content creators out there who sometimes post videos, sometimes rant, like Asheeved and Binzy. Don't let them bring you down like Fountain does. Stay strong. The game has got a lot of legs. A lot of cool shit's coming over the next few weeks. You're going to be amazed. It's going to be awesome. Buy Plex low right now so you can sell it high. There you go.
Bam-a-lamb. Yes, and thank you everybody for joining us on this episode of Echoes of New Eden. Sorry for my thunder. Holy shit.
It's fine. It's work.
But yeah, great show, and we had quite the audience tonight. So thank you everybody for joining. We shall see you next week. I have to look at the calendar, but that'll be just before. It'll be exactly 1 week before the anniversary week.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we have more info to give you all by then. So
Yeah, maybe we'll have news. We'll see.
maybe. All right, everybody.
FC permission to
Oh,
shoot
look.
John Rick.
Look, he joins late. He joins right as soon as we're gonna leave.
Yep. Good job, Damon. You got to say
All right.
that in your video. You got to say that in your video.
See ya, everybody.
See you guys.
Okay.
Oh,